Magandang araw po. Ako po muli si, Propesor, Rodolfo Aquino at, nandito po ako ngayon sa gilid ng karagatan. Po ang alon, malakas ang hangin, kaya presko po, bakasyon tayo. Joke lang, background lang. So, ako po ay, connected sa Polytechnic University of the Philippines bilang isang propesor sa Quezon City branch. So, ginawa ko po itong video na 'to para para sa aking mga estudyante sa MM3 kasi po sila po ay nag-request na na gamitin yung oras namin sa research para sila ay makapag-apply ng ethics clearance tapos kanilang mga gawain para wala na mag-ingat lang sa kanilang pag-serve pag nagsimula sila na tapusin yung kanilang research. Okay? So, mag-share lang po. Yes, yes. Nakikita niyo po yung screen. Base po sa aming syllabus, kami po ay nasa week 5 and 6 na po. Linggo. So, ang title po ng aming topic is Analyze Research Data Correctly. Okay? So, the objectives of this topic are explain the purpose of descriptive statistics in summarizing research, compute, and interpret measures such as frequency, percentage, mean, and standard deviation. Select appropriate descriptive statistics tool based on type of quantitative data and present descriptive statistic results accurately using tables and graphs. Kaya for thematic naman, yung objectives nito for thematic type of research. So to explain the purpose of thematic analysis in a qualitative research and identify and code meaningful patterns from qualitative data sources. Develop themes and accurately represent participant responses. Okay? Then present and describe qualitative findings clearly and systematically. So let's go to the first topic. Okay? Explain the purpose of descriptive statistics in summarizing research data. Okay? So simplify and summarize large sets of research data. What are examples of what? Large sets of research data. For example, gender. These are large sets. So makikita natin using a descriptive approach, makikita natin sino yung babae at sino yung LGBT, bilang sa LGBT environment, and Q, something like that. So, that is covered. Okay? So, their purpose to provide a clear picture of the characteristics showing patterns such as central tendency. Ano yung mga patterns na have mean, median, and mode? Okay, showing patterns such as what variability. Ano yung mga patterns of variability? So we have what? The range and standard deviation. So ano ba yung mga patterns natin for distribution? Okay, we have the frequencies and percent. Okay, by what? By condensing raw data into tables, graphs, and summaries. Descriptive statistics what? Allows each and every one of you to understand what the data reveal without making generalization. No? Ito iniiwasan natin. So we are doing generalization, meaning when we say generalizations, we are assuming or presuming that our research is already finished because nag-rely lang tayo sa isang data. So all of the data we need to what? we need to justify, we need to interpret, we need to show them that these are the results of this data. So by means of this discussion, so we will be what? We will be having some examples for you to understand what are these things. Okay? So the descriptive statistics helps researchers describe the respondent's profile, ayan na nga, kanina. Assess the level of opinions and or behavior, and compare what? Compare groups in a clear what? And objective. They serve as the foundation for further analysis by ensuring what? That the data are accurately presented and easily interpreted, uh, supporting evidence-based decision making and providing essential for what? Inferential statistics and conclusions in the latter. So how to compute? How to compute? So we'll be using this hypothetical. Let's assume in, yeah, okay. So supposing we have a table here, no? These are hypothetical. So uh, we have a respondent of 10 respondents. Customer number 1, customer 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So for the first column. So another is a score. So ano yung score na yan? So customer satisfaction, let's say for example, 1 on the scale is 1 is the lowest and 5 is the highest from the 10 respondents, 10 customers. Okay? So ayan yung mga results. No? So what is the first step? Frequency, let's say for example. How many, when we say frequency, frequency shows how many times its value appears. So ilang beses daw lumabas yung score na yun. Let's say for score number 1, so let's go back to our 1. Wala tayong nakuhang score na 1 kasi ang hinahanap natin is what? Customer satisfaction. Okay? So what we are trying to identify is what? Customer satisfaction. So dito sinamarize na, no? So for the score of 2, dalawa daw yung sumagot. And score of 3, dalawa yung sumagot. Score of 4, apat yung sumagot. Score of 5, dalawa. Tinotal natin yan. Totalist. Para hindi tayo magkama. Okay? Do you understand? So how do we interpret that table? So pinag-aralan natin sa previous topic natin, how to interpret tables. So we need to what? We need to on interpreting, we need to be what? We need to be direct to the point. No, wala na tayong dapat mapaligoy-ligoy pa. So, diretsahin na natin. Kasi yung mga panel, hindi nila checkan kung ikaw ay nag-interpret ng maraming palabok. Okay? Dami mo sinasabi, dun din naman pupunta yung sinasabi. Like, no? Then, pan man na lang, shortcut or as much as possible, i-precise mo or make it direct. So like this one, the most frequent score is 4, indicating that many respondents reported a high level of satisfaction. Ganun lang kasimple. Okay? So, tignan nyo na lang yung background ko kung may malaking halo na kasi baka madamay ako dito. No? Then, the next step is what? Percentage. So, how do we compute percentage? Percentage shows the proportion of each response. So, let's say, for example, in a pizza, ilang percent yung tatlong slice, ilang percent yung 4 na at yung 5 sa isang pizza. No? We call it what? The percent, something like that. So, dito, no? So, let's say the score is 2 and the frequency is 2. Okay, so from that, no? Okay, the formula is percentage equal to 100. Yung dalawang page represents 20%. If it is what? Total of 8 slices of pizza or 8 slices or 10 slices. So yung dalawa. So ibig sabihin may tirang 8. So that could mean what? 20%. Okay? So yung tatlo, 20% pa rin. Yung apat, 40%. At yung 5 is 20. At yung frequency nung size 20%. So pag tinotal natin, 20, 20, 20 plus 40, that will be 100%. Para hindi tayo magkamali. Okay? So that is how we show what is percentage. Any question? Okay? So, any question? Okay? So let us go back. Okay, so the next step will be what? Mean. So how do we get the mean? So the formula for mean is what? Mean is equal to summation of x over n. So yung score natin kanina, yung hypothetical score natin kanina, yun yan. So we have the 4, 5, 3, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4. So ito siya. Ayan siya ngayon. So total lang natin yan. Summation of x. So that will be 30. And ilan? So this 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Kaya 10. So that will be 3 points. So what does mean on our interpretation? The mean satisfaction score of 3.6 indicates moderately high level of customer satisfaction. Mamaya, i-explain natin yan. Bakit high level? Okay? So that is a 3 point. So the next step will be standard deviation. So for standard deviation shows how spread out the data are from the mean. So paano siya ni-spread out from the mean? So for the score of, let's say, for the score of 4, so we get a computation of, let's say, x minus mean, that will be 0.4. X minus mean square, 0.60. Okay, so paano natin? Ako, ayun. Okay. So explanation of the table. The table shows how single score is used in computing variance and standard deviation. So for columns explained, score is x, represented by x. Then the next column is what? X minus mean. So duman tayo sa x. This is the actual value of the data in our example. So first column natin is 4. Okay? Ayan naging 4. So x minus mean, this shows how far the score is from the average mean. So kung ang mean natin nakuha natin, 3 points, how far is it? That would be what? Very little. Very little lang. So 3.6, 3.7, 3.8, 3.9. Ano? 4. Okay? 4. What? Tama. Yun nga, yung value ng 4. So bago maging, yung 3.6, bago maging 4, ilang move pa? On the ruler, kung titingin sa ruler. Parang something like 4 na. Yeah, 4. Okay? So medyo malapit from the mean. If our mean is 3.6. Hindi yung 0, baka doon kayo 0. So malayo yun. Pagka 0 yung pinagbasayan. So our mean is what? gitna natin, 3.6. So kapag in-square naman natin yan, so that will be x minus mean square. This is the square deviation. Done, no? Squaring removes negative sign and emphasizes difference. So inalis natin yung negative sign, in-square natin. So we got the result of 0.6 deviation ng paggalaw ng value from our mean. Okay, what does it mean? The fall is above the mean. Okay, after squaring on the what? On the computation of that. Okay, why this is very important? This process is repeated for all data points to compute the variance standard. So, ganun din yung gagawin natin sa second score, the third score, fourth score, etc. So, simple interpretation. The value shows how far the data point is from what? From the average and how much it contributes on the overall variability. Ano yung nagiging contribution niya on the variability? When we say variability, yung pagbaba. Okay? So, if you will going to look on what? To look on the bell curve, o yung tinatawag natin, normal. Okay? So, ito. Okay? So, supposing, okay? So, nasa yung bell? Okay? So, yung number 4 natin, yung 1 natin, positive 1, positive 2, and positive 3. On the other side is negative 1, negative 3. Okay? So, kung tingnan natin, babalikan natin yung if the numerical illustration of the score is equal to 4. So, nasan siya? On the normal. Kung 3.6, yung ating mean. Kung ito yung mean, nasan ngayon yung 4? Anywhere again. So, okay, before we proceed, no? So, our explanation on this curve, kapag nandito sa region na to, yan, yung mga yan, pasok sa normal curve, we call it what? Controllable values or controllable measures. So, pag nasa labas, uncontrollable. Pag nasa loob, accept. Pagka nasa labas, unacceptable. Pagka nasa loob, normal. Pagka nasa labas, abnormal. So, do you understand? So, that is how we interpret. And ang second question, sir, bakit merong 68%, merong 90%, merong 99.7% degrees of confidence level? Pag nasa loob, confident. Pag nasa labas, unconfident. Okay? So, bakit? It's because there is no always 100%. Okay? Laging merong degree of what? Improvement. That's that. Merong for improvement. Merong tinatawag na what's called that? Konting mali. Yeah. So, there is no such thing as 100%. So, lagi nagkakaroon ng variability. So, if this will be what? 99.7%. So, ibig sabihin, merong 0.3 na unconfident level. So, nandito sa labas to. If this is 95%, there is 5% confidence, unconfident level. 95 na to eh. At kung mayroong 68%, so yun yung difference of 32% confident. So, the narrower, the better. Yan. So, medyo pagka kailangan nating produce natin is more likely we need to carefully monitor. So, make confidence level. Pero kapag something like uh, qualitative. So dito lang tayo sa portions ng iba na ito. I hope you understand my explanation on this. So ito sa mga durable products, quality products, kotse, bahay. So pag dito, qualitative. So medyo lumiliit yung ating, lumiliit yung confidence level natin. So nababawasan yung confidence level natin ng 0.5 at 0. Something like that. Do you understand? Okay. So, if yung middle natin, yung 0.4. So, ibig sabihin, yung 4 natin, dito, ibig sabihin, 99.7% confident yung sagot natin. Kasi yung variability, ito lang yung point. Hindi siya lumabas. Naintindihan niyo ba? Okay? Siyempre, pagka malaki yung variability, let's say nagkaroon ng score na 1. So, more likely nandito. Or 0. More likely nandito na. Okay? Nakukuha. Okay. You can use the chat box. You can use the description box. Type your question. If you have any question. Okay? Intindihan niya. Then, that is the way how we interpret our results. And so on and so forth. Doon sa ating hypothetical given value. Okay? Yung mga yan. So, ganun din yung gagawin natin. Yan, yung mga yan. Ito nga, 2.56. So from the 3.6, 2.56 na variability, pasok ba? Yes or no? Check natin. Check natin. Pasok ba siya? Oo, pasok pa. Dito, dito. Like, you understand? Are you getting me? I hope you are getting my point. As far as knowing this or understand illustration on the score of the mean, yung mean natin which is 4. Okay? So this one is it represents the mean, example 3.6. Okay? So hindi natin gagamitin itong value. So, pero yung original na value niya, yan siya. Okay, positive or negative. Kaya negative, yung sa kabila is what? Negative. Okay? Kaya merong negative side. Your score 4 is located slightly to the right of the mean. Okay? Dito daw papunta. Right of the mean. So from that, let's say, in the center, ito yung 3.6. So from here, so buhit tayo kung nasan yung 4 na. Para makita natin yung value. Okay? So the value of x or mean of 0.4 shows the distance from the center. Okay? Then this mean score above is not far from it. Hindi siya masyadong malayo o lalagpas siya. Dito lang siya sa level. Yeah. Okay? So, what does this tell us? The data point 4 is not okay. It lies within the normal range of the distribution. Okay? And its squared value is 0.16, contributes small variability, napakaliit lang ng variability. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, talagang, yung ginawa natin survey, kunin natin, napakaliit ng variation. Kita naman natin yung mga resulta. Hypothetical na. So, hindi nagkakali ang 2, 3, 4, maliliit lang. Class, maliit lang yung variation. Okay, kailan ba lumalaki yung variation? Ha? Kailan ba lumalaki? Let's say for example, in a manufacturing company, no? Kailan ba lumalaki yung variation? Variation is what? Variation is lumalaki yan kapag for this, let's say for example, malapit nang dumating oras ng alas 5 ng hapon. So ano ba yung ginagawa ng mga tao? Mga namamasukan. So usually, 4:45, pumupunta na ng comfort room yan. Tutuplas na yan, mag-iilamos na yan, something like ano pa ginagawa niya? So, tumitingin na yan sa relo. Nagbibihis na pang-uwi. Magmamadaling umuwi. Ayaw mag-overtime. Okay? So, doon nagkakaroon ng malaking variation. Kapag nagkakaroon ng palitan. Why? Wala nang tumitingin sa mga makina eh. Kasi manufacturing yung ating example. Okay? Pero, pagka malapit na yung mga 5, nagmamadali na. So, iniiwanan nila ng mahal. Kahit umaandar pa yun. Okay? So, ang tawag natin doon is what? Pakisulat niyo sa description kung tama. Pero ang tawag natin doon, abnormal variation. No? Okay? So, sino ba naman? Sino magagalit na yung may-ari na pagka ginagawa natin yun? Okay? Yung nagbabantay tayo sa oras. So, bawal. So, ano naman yung mga normal or natural variation? For example, nawalan ng kuryente. Biglang in the mid of the manufacturing, nawalan ng kuryente. Or na ubusan ka ng something. Or bumaha. We cannot control. So these are uncontrollable variation. So magkakaroon ng epekto sa production kapag biglang nagkaroon ng. Do you understand? Okay? So I hope you understand. So let us continue. Okay. Simple insights. Curves close to mean like 4 appear near center of the curve, indicating consistency and low variation. Then pinababa doon. 2, 3, 4. Okay? So to compute for the variance of standard deviation. So what is 10.4? 10.4 is total of the what? Squared standard deviation. So, total of the squared standard deviation. So we have 10.4. So if we will going to continue, how to compute for the variance and the standard. So variance is 10.4 over 10, so that will be 1.0. And the standard deviation is the square root of the variance, which is equal to also to 1.0. It will be interpreted. No? The standard deviation of 1.0 indicates moderately. Bahagyang bahagya lang, no? Meaning responses vary but are reasonably close to the mean. Konting-konti lang galaw niya. Saan? Dito, oh. Dito. Kung babalikan niyo tong normal ko, dito lang siya naglalak. Portion lang. Konting-konti. Hindi nga lumagpas. Positive. Do you get me? Okay? Let's continue. Okay? So the interpretations. So summary of the interpretation. The result shows that customer satisfaction has a mean score of 3.6. So direct to the point yan, 3.6. And indicating a moderately high level of satisfaction. And standard deviation 1.02 suggests that moderate variability, konting-konting paggalaw lang in responses. No? while the frequency. So more like talagang nagsasabi ng totoo yung kumpanya na mataas yung kanyang satisfaction level as to customer is there. Okay? Then how do we select? Let's go to how do we select appropriate descriptive statistical tools based on the quantitative data? Selecting the let's say for example, nominal yung data. You know, data with categories and no numerical order. Hindi magkakasunod. Examples like for example, gender, type of business or natawag natin mode of payment. Okay? So, tool could be frequency of compute. Percentage natin ng mode. Huh? The purpose of then, of course. Excuse me. So, what about ordinal data? Ordinal data for interval. Pare-parehas ng interval. Satisfaction level, low and high, no? And preference marking. Yung appropriate tools na pwede natin gamitin. Excuse me. Percentage, frequency, median, mode, okay? Purpose is to describe lang response. I-describe lang natin. Yung interval data or itatawag na no true zero. Ano ba example natin yan? Like Likert scale, scores, or attitude ranking. Ano ba ang appropriate tool? So, mean, standard deviation, frequency, percentage, and variability. Okay? So what about ratio? So these are what are ratio data? True zero. Like for example, no? Income, age, sales, volume. Yeah. Mga meron zero na ba? Appropriate tools, standard deviation, range, percentage. So what purpose? Describe the magnitude, the variation, and the distribution. So alam na natin yung mga yan. No? Okay. So, quick selection natin. No? So, tingnan natin. Quick selection. So, for nominal data, we will be using frequency or percentages or percentage. For ordinal, frequency, percentage, and median. For interval, mean, standard deviation. For ratio is mean, standard deviation. Yung best tool na pwede natin. What will be the key rule to remember? The level of measurement determines the appropriate descriptive statistics. If our research is one, descriptive research. So alam na natin anong mga tool yung gagamitin for statistics. Okay? So, descriptive statistical results, tables, and graphs. Okay? So, paano doing? Presenting what? Presenting statistical results accurately using tables and graphs is essential in chapter 4. Ensure that research findings are clear, objective, and easy to present exact numerical data. Frequencies, percentage, mean, and standard deviation. They allow readers to what? To see precise data to make detailed comparison. Each data is properly numbered, titled, aligned with the statement of the problem. Appropriate for respondents profile, survey, item summary. Okay. So for graphs, visual presentation, data, patterns, and comparison. Bar graphs for comparing categories. Line graphs showing trends and pie charts for proportion. Graphs should simplify, interpret, not replace tables, must be clearly linked in the text. So, pili lang tayo. Kung ano gagamitin talaga natin. Table. Pwede ba dalawa? Pwede na. Pwede. Magbabago. Okay? Kaya sa accurate while graphs visual mas madaling makikita pagka graphs. Yung table naman, accuracy kasi nandun. Kitang-kita mo na kagad yung number. So our next topic will be explain the purpose of thematic analysis and qualitative research. Thematic is used in qualitative to systematically identify, organize. So, ibig sabihin, yung thematic hindi ginagamit sa quali lang ginagamit. Okay? So systematically identify, organize theme within the textual of or verbal data such as interview, transcript, FGD, open-ended survey response. Its primary purpose is to move beyond individual statements, cover recurring ideas, experiences, or perspectives that are relevant to the research. In business, in marketing, thematic analysis helps researchers to understand attitudes, behaviors, perceptions, and motivation that cannot be captured through numerical data alone. By coding responses by group them into teams. No? Researchers are able to present and organize meaningful findings while maintaining transparency. Process qualitative results are credible, coherent, directed, or directly aligned with the objectives of the study. That is the explanation of what is thematic analysis. So we identify and code meaningful patterns from qualitative data. How? Okay? So sources involve systematically contextual textual data such as interview, transcript, FGD, open-ended survey responses to locate what? To locate recurring ideas, concepts, or expressions that are relevant to research objective. The purpose begins with careful reading of the data to gain familiarity, followed by assigning codes, label, and keywords. Segment the text that represents meaning or so we need to be very careful. We need to be very careful on what? Assigning what? Values. Kung ano yung lumabas doon sa ating survey, yun yung that is how we code, no? That is how we code kung ano yung lumabas. Otherwise, kung nilalaro natin yung mga data, para saan pa yung survey natin? So, useless. Okay? So this is compared and grouped to reveal patterns. So, para makita natin kung mayroong pattern. That reflects common experiences, perceptions, behavior among participants. In business and in marketing, this would allow researchers to organize large volume of quantitative data or qualitative data into multiple categories. Okay? So, paano tayo mag-develop ng team? Developing teams that accurately represents participant responses involves grouping related codes into broader, meaningful categories that capture essence of what participants are expressing after coding qualitative data. The researchers interview approach to identify similarities, differences, recurring patterns, combines related groups into teams that reflect shared experiences and points. Okay? To ensure that teams must clearly define, supported by multiple data experts and their objectives. Each team should reflect participants' rather than purchase assumption. In business and marketing research, well-developed teams provide coherent and trustworthy summary of qualitative, enabling deeper understanding and behavior perception. Okay? So that is the purpose of having team or providing developing team. Okay? So in system, presenting this one, qualitative findings clearly and systematically involves organizing teams in logical sequence that aligns with the research question and objective. Each team should introduce clear, tell, and brief description followed by selected participants, quotation that illustrate that. So in clarity, clarity is being achieved by using a concise, objective language and avoiding unnecessary or personal opinion. Do not practice that. Okay? So that is how we present and describe. Do you have any question? So for our question, analyze first data involves and collected. Identify patterns, trends, relationship, or meaning that address the research objective in qualitative, quantitative data research. Data analysis includes organizing data, applying appropriate statistical techniques, summarizing results through measures of frequencies, means, and correlations or tests. Okay, in qualitative data analysis focus on reviewing textual, verbal data. Okay, so mga recordings kasama dyan. The goal is to uncover experience, perspective, regardless of what research and careful and accurate data analysis ensures findings are evident logically aligned with the research. So that's the difference. So that ends my topic. I hope you understand our lesson. So I will be preparing. I will be preparing an assessment after this for week 5, 6 para sa Wednesday. Pantayan. We'll be continuing to week 7. Okay? So that would be all. So I hope you understand very carefully, especially on the computation, on the interpretation. So that would be all. So thank you so much for watching and listening. And do not forget to subscribe on my channel. So that would be all. Thank you. Bye-bye. Stop sharing natin to. And